guy who, his family, he's
Charles
Charles
down there, Charles Well, yeah.
Many of us, when we want to travel, we learn about history. We never think about what's in our backyard. We never think about what's down the street. What was that empty lot for? And I think that's sad in a way because we sort of forget stories. We don't write down a lot of local lore. It gets lost over time.
This is the Connally Cemetery, and my ancestors are buried here. We're standing in the grave, around the graves of my fourth great-grandparents, David and Elizabeth.
Moving to East Point about a year ago, I started to fall in love with this area, finding out the history that's in my own backyard, and it's very surprising what you can find.
I'm here hopefully to raise awareness of this as a historic cemetery and hopefully preserve and protect it.
They were not only founding members of East Point, they were founding members of Atlanta, Georgia, and had a huge influence on the city and a huge influence on this area.
We came in the early 1800s and farmed this land, had a grist mill, started a church. I think we were really part of the community, the early settlers of this community. And many Connally stayed here for many, many years.
You did have white flight and all of that in the south side of Atlanta. So since particularly the 1950s in particular, when it comes to maybe recorded history or history that we wanted to tell, it tends to be on the north side of town. And a lot of that is just simply because those are the people that had the economic means in which to tell their stories or were able to tell their stories.
And the church that was started here is now downtown, and it's called the First United Malibu Methodist Church. And there's a stained glass window there in honor of Thomas Connally, my thrice great-grandfather.
You had this land was sold off in parcels and pieces. So you had the homes that were built immediately surrounding the cemetery were all 1950s mid-century ranch homes. And so you sort of have that pattern, that change.
And hopefully have a nice, quiet space here in the heart of East Point with old growth trees and ultimately, try and clear this entire space so that it's an amenity for the neighborhood.